Boo, you did so good, Boo, a week ago. A week ago, Boo. A week ago you had your dental procedure. Stella, Splash, Simba, Boo, Sammy, Richard, Nancy, Goldie, Ziggy, Ringo, Eva, Hydrox, and Ditto, the Lucky Ferals. It's about 9:35 a.m. and Boo is eating his second plate of breakfast. So he ate all of the raw food that I gave him. It was smooth beef today because I have to make more chicken later. And now I gave him a little bit of canned food. So the cats are having canned food today. They're having some of the Merrick Rabbit pate, and they're also having a can of Friskies turkey and giblets pate. Just because I figured it'll give myself a break today. I have to be at the dentist by 11 for a scheduled cleaning. I go twice a year for a cleaning. And so I've had this appointment for a long time, and I figured I might as well just get it over with. I was thinking of rescheduling it, but I was like, no, I'll just get it over with. So I figured, let me give myself a little bit of a break this morning, and the cats will just get canned food. So they're eating that now. Nancy's upstairs. She's eating in the kitchen with Stella. And then Simba and Splash are eating in the dining room. And I just gave it to Boo without any additional water or anything because I wanted to see how he would do with it. Because today is day 6. I have to change his calendar. And last night, before I went to bed, I gave him some of the turkey deli meat. And he had no problem eating that. I just cut it into small pieces for him. And he really enjoyed that. So it looks like he's eating really well. And I think once his mouth heals, he's going to eat better than he ever ate. Because, you know, if he had loose teeth in the front, that's what made it harder for him to eat. That's why he would eat differently than the other cats. He would always like lick his food more versus like eating it, if that makes any sense. Like if you ever watch a cat eat, like they could, you know, chew their food or they could just like lick it up. And Boo would always like lick it up, but I think that's because he had the loose teeth. And now like look how fast he just ate this. He's eating a lot faster. So I think overall it's going to be so much better for him. And thankfully he still has all his chewing teeth on the sides, or the majority of them. So I think that's good. Look how good he did. Look how good he did. So that was only like a quarter of a can. I gave him like an eighth of a can of the Merrick Rabbit and an eighth of the can of the Friskies because he had a really full plate of the homemade raw. Okay, good job, Boo. You could have a snack later if you're still hungry, but I think you're good, right? Do you want more food? You want more? You done? You want some more? You done? You want more? I mean, I'll give him a little bit more if he wants a little bit more. We have to make sure that he has proper nutrition so that he heals good, right, Boo? This is his calendar. Is there a 6 on here? Yeah, there's a 6 on here. There's a 6 on here. So today is 6 days since Boo's dental procedure. And tomorrow will be 7 days. It'll be a week from when he went to get his dental work done. Let me tell you what I'm going to do today. So when Boo went to the dentist, I had to play that relaxing music for cats to really relax him and get him in the carrier. So what I'm going to do today for myself is I am going to play Music for Cats Volume 2, which is supposed to have music in it that also relaxes humans as well as cats. And I'm going to see how that works for me. Because when I go to the dentist, like one of the first things they do is they take your blood pressure. And my blood pressure is always high when I'm at the dentist because I don't like going to the dentist and I don't like anything about it. So like just immediately being there, sitting in the dental chair, for example, just always, spikes my blood pressure. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen if I try to use that Music for Cats. Would that help? So we'll see. I've been playing it this morning and I had oatmeal for breakfast, which is supposed to help relax you also. And I'm going to start playing more of that cat music as we get closer to the time that I have to leave. This is Boo's third plate of food. I didn't really chop it up much, so let's see how he does. Is he going to eat it? That's the equivalent of 1/4 of a 5.5 ounce can. And that's half of the Merrick rabbit and half of the Friskies turkey. And it looks like he's doing good. It looks like he's doing good with it. Notice how he's like eating it. He's not just licking it. He's just like eating it. This is really great progress for Boo. So once he's back with the other cats, it's going to be interesting to see how he does at mealtime, because he's always been the slowest eater. And I always said that was because he had problems with his teeth. And we'll see now how he does. Because he doesn't have any more loose teeth. Everything that he has is firmly in place. It is 10:30 p.m. and look at what's going on here. This is the second day in a row that Nancy is eating crunchies with the OG4. Well, it's the OG3 because Boo's in his room. But that's Nancy here on the upper left of the screen. And here's Simba, Stella, and Splash. And they're all having some crunchies. They've been waiting so patiently tonight because I've been working. I literally just stopped working like 2 minutes ago. So it's been a late night for me. And they're like, yeah, let's have some crunchies. So I just gave them some crunchies. And I have to go check on Boo. I have the attic fan on because it got really hot in the house today. And right now it's bringing in such a cool breeze because it's only like, it must be like 65 degrees out because it's definitely getting cold. Boo's room is a little bit warmer because the door's shut, so the fan's not really pulling through the door, even though his window's open a little bit. Boo, we gotta shut your window. We gotta shut your window because it's gonna get cold tonight, okay? How you doing, Boo? You okay? It seems that Boo did not like his dinner. So I believe this is, I think this is the smooth turkey. I thought maybe he'd try it. And then this is some of the, I think it's the rabbit pate with little friskies. How you doing, Boo? So Boo just ran out of the room. That was like the first time since he's been in the room. And oh my gosh, it's been almost 2 weeks now. If I think back to when he went to the emergency room, so a week ago tomorrow, he had his dental work. And a week prior to that is when he went to the emergency room. So he's been in this room for like 2 weeks. Now, I just gave him some food, and he's eating some of the homemade raw food that has the ground up bones in it. So I just wanted to test and see how he's going to do with that. Because it's not like crunchies. It's not like hard food. So I just wanted to see, you know, would he eat it and would he be in pain? It is beef-based, so he does like that. It looks like he's doing okay with it. I did sprinkle some of his favorite Fortiflora on it, the Calming Care. And it is beef-based, and he really does enjoy that, so we'll see. It's also cold because I just took it out of the refrigerator, so. He seems to be doing pretty good with it. Now, I did make him a batch of smooth chicken homemade raw food today. So he has another 11 meals of that in the freezer, and he still has a few meals of the smooth beef. So he probably has maybe like 14 meals. So that would be like a whole week of meals. But I could start giving him like a little bit of the regular food also. Hopefully he's not going to start bleeding after he eats this. But he's doing a good job chewing it with his, his chewing teeth in the back and on the sides. You done? Here's Boo's plate, and I ended up giving him what was left of this food, and I mixed some warm water into it, so he really enjoyed it. This plate was almost full, so good for him. Good job, Boo. Good job, Boo. You did so good. You did so good. I'm going to put your music on so you could relax. Oh, I should also mention that when I went to the dentist earlier today for my teeth cleaning, and they took my blood pressure, like right before I was listening to the Music for Cats album, volume 2, and it totally worked because when they took my blood pressure, she's like, oh, it's a lot lower than it was last time, and it was like normal. So I was like, yeah, I was like, I'm listening to some relaxing music. So it totally works for humans as well as cats, right, Boo? It's 8:24 a.m. and look at what's going on here. This is Nancy. Hey, Nancy. So what happened was, for some reason, I woke up around 4 o'clock in the morning. I don't know why. And just as I was trying to fall back asleep, all I heard was meowing, meowing, meowing coming from the kitchen door. I was like, what is going on? So I got up, and I knew it was Nancy because it sounded like Nancy. And I opened the door. She flew upstairs. And I was like, all right, you want to be upstairs? Be upstairs, but I'm going to sleep. So at that time, Stella was laying on the foot of my bed and Simba was laying on the foot of my bed. I have no idea where Splash was. So I was like, you do what you want to do, Nancy. So I must have fallen asleep pretty quickly because I don't remember anything after that. And then I woke up this morning, and I woke up at like around 8 o'clock. I was shocked at how late I slept because I've been getting up early recently, but I guess I was really tired. And then I looked, and this is where Nancy was. Nancy was sleeping on top of the bunk bed for cats. So she's happy, and she's been getting along with the cats. And yesterday, when she had crunchies with Stella, Splash, and Simba, I was surprised at like how close they were all getting. I didn't film it at the time, but when I sat down on the rug and I was getting their like plates ready for their crunchies, like she was less than 2 feet away from like Simba and Stella. Like, I think there's real progress being made, and I think that's really good. It's about 9:20 a.m. and here's Boo. He's doing good. It looks like he relaxed all night, which is very good. I just gave him some food, and he was eating it until I turned the camera on. Then he wanted to come up here. Now he's going to scratch. No. You going to go back to eating your food? You going to go back to eating your food, Boo? There he goes. He just wanted to say hello to you. And so he's eating some of the smooth beef that I had made for him last week or 2 weeks ago. And yesterday I made him a batch of smooth chicken. And I think that'll be good. I don't think I'm going to make any more batches of smooth food because he ate some of the regular food last night. He had a plate of the regular food that includes the ground bone, and he had no problem eating that. So after we go through this batch that I made yesterday, then he'll be back to eating the same food as the other cats. Here's Nancy. She's hanging out not too far from the door to Boo's room. Her and Stella got in a little tiff this morning, and Stella... So what happened was I was playing with one of the spider toys with Stella, Nancy, and Splash. Nancy got too close to Stella for Stella to be comfortable, so Stella like swatted at her and hissed at her, and Nancy backed away. And I was like, oh no, is Nancy going to retaliate? But she didn't. She just moved away. Here's Stella now. She's in the kitchen. I'd like to flea comb them and then get them their breakfast. So Boo ate all of the food that I gave him, and I just gave him some of the food that the other cats are having for breakfast. Eat the food, Boo. And this is their regular homemade raw chicken. This has the ground bones in it. But he ate the beef with the ground bones last night, so he should eat this one also. I just sprinkled a little bit of the Calming Care Fortiflora on it. Maybe he'll eat it. If he doesn't eat it, it's fine. I just figure if he's still hungry, maybe he wants some additional nutrition. And the more nutrition we could get into him, the better to help his mouth heal. So I'll just leave him with this. I'm going to put his music on so he can listen to his relaxing music. And we have to change the day. Is there a 7? Yeah, here's a 7. Today is day 7. So 1 week ago at this time, Boo was already at the vet's office to have his dental procedure. I dropped him off around 8:15 that day. And right now it's a little bit after 10 a.m. So he was already there by himself for over an hour. Boo, you did so good. Boo, a week ago. A week ago, Boo. A week ago, you had your dental procedure. And 2 weeks ago today, Boo was bleeding. He was bleeding under my bed. And I was thinking, how am I going to get this cat in a carrier? 2 weeks ago, Boo, you were bleeding from the mouth under my bed. And then 1 week ago, you were at the vet's office to have your dental work. And then look at you today, Boo. You're eating well. You're comfortable in your room. I was just about to leave the room and Boo was like, where are you going? I did not get my churro. So I was like, okay, let me give you a churro. So I just opened it up and here's Boo eating his churro. He's been kind of spoiled with all of the churros lately. He likes them a lot better than squeeze-ups, so I've been giving the squeeze-ups to the other cats just to kind of keep things fair, but Boo absolutely loves the churros. This gate has been absolutely wonderful because what it's been doing is actually keeping the other cats away from Boo's door. So as you can see, I have this gate set up as almost like a little corral near his door. So if I open the door and he tries to run out, he's met with this gate, but he hasn't really done that. I mean, he ran out yesterday and the gate was open, so he, ran around the house for a little bit, but that's fine. But what this normally does is it keeps the other cats from getting too close to the door because, Nancy or whoever would be right at the door. They'd be trying to put their paws under it. They'd be like banging on the door, and this really helps with that. And so this has just been super, super useful. And no one's been jumping it. I think it's about 3 feet tall. So, the cats could jump over it, but no one's been jumping it. Everyone's been respecting it. And I almost got rid of this a few times. Like, I put this in the garage and it was on the way out of the house. And then I was like, no, maybe I should keep it for whatever reason. And then I was like, well, maybe I could turn it into a headboard for my bed because I never got a headboard for this bed. And then I was like, so I tried that, but then I was like, no, it's not really tall enough. I would have to add some height to it. So I was going to get rid of it. But then thankfully I did not because it works wonderful for this purpose. So very happy I kept it. It's almost 4 p.m. and here's Simba and Splash and they're hanging out on these cat towers today. And I have to show you Boo, and I hope he has not moved since I just saw him. So I put Boo in my room today because his room is so hot today. And I don't really want to turn the air on because it's only like 80. It's not really hot enough to turn the air on. But it's been getting cooler at night, so 80 feels comparatively warmer than it did in the summer when it was like 95 out. So I put him in my room and I put his favorite music on. And I figure he can relax on the bed, he could really stretch out, walk around the room more. And it's just a lot cooler in that room than in his room. I got to show you where he is. You're not going to believe it. Here's Richard, here's Ziggy, there's Nancy, and here's Boo. He heard me talking and he ran out of the room. You want to go back in your room, Boo? Anyway, this is where Boo was. This is a carrier in the corner of the room, and Boo was in the carrier. He was just hanging out in the carrier. I was completely shocked. He wanted to go back in his room. I literally opened the door and I was like, you want to go back in your room? He's like, yep. And he strutted right back into his room. Okay, Boo, you want to relax in here? I'll shut the door, but I'm going to turn the air on, okay? It's almost 7 p.m. And I just walked into my room and saw this. These three are laying together. That's Nancy, Ziggy, and Richard. They're so cute. Hey, Ziggy. Ziggy was walking around with a fish toy in her mouth today. I was like, well, where are you going with that? She brought it upstairs from downstairs. And then I don't know where she put it. I just turned the light on. I guess they were sleeping. I just got home and I need to clean up before it gets dark. But I need to have a snack first because I'm hungry. I'll let them relax and then they're probably going to run because I need to scoop the litter and take out the garbage and stuff like that. It is about 7:15 and Boo's getting his medicine, and today might be the last day that he gets this medicine. The vet said I could, give it to him for 7 days and then see how he does. And he's been doing really good, so potentially this is the last day for the medicine. We'll see how it goes tomorrow. Thank you for watching this Lucky Ferals video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you'd like me to post more videos, and please make sure to check out these other videos that were selected especially for you.